Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm back with another Dynasty Warriors Origins video. Now, we had a stream come from the developers yesterday, and it was a very painful stream to sit through and watch, but I have done so for you. I've picked out all the juicy morsels of news and information that we want to know, and I'm going to go into everything while showing you off the slideshow presentation that they did yesterday as well. Before I get into it, though, please do hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, hit that like button, all that lovely fan-doobie-tastic stuff, and we'll get straight into this. So this is Dynasty Warriors Origin. This is the teaser trailer that was released a few weeks ago. We have had more teaser trailers released and a massive dev stream in the past day as well from the developers Koei Tecmo of Dynasty Warriors Origins, going into what we can expect from the game, what we can see, and answering a few questions that people have already been asking me on some of my other videos for Dynasty Warriors Origins. So I'm going to try and clear up all that, and we're going to go straight into the slideshow presentation. So this was hosted by a male and a female, I can't remember their names, and it was very, very heavily scripted. It was a very painful presentation to watch through, but what I have done is actually picked out all these presentation slides for us. So this first one is describing the story, what we're going to be looking at. So we are going to be starting before the Yellow Turban Rebellion. We are going to be going through a nameless character, which I will go into more in a minute. The game will finish at the Battle of Chibi. Now that is quite an early finish. It's about halfway through the story for regular Dynasty Warriors games and for Romance of the Three Kingdoms, so that's going to upset quite a few people, but that is where we're going to be ending. The scenario diverges according to your choices, so we are going to be playing a nameless hero. However, you are going to have the choice to actually choose what faction you go with. Obviously, what faction you go with is going to change the course of the story, what you see, what you don't, all the rest of it, the battles that you take part in, and everything like that. I will go more into the kind of officers that we can play alongside with in a minute. However, our character is just known as the protagonist. He is a traveling martial artist with amnesia. Players can name him, but he will also be called Zihuan or Ziluan. I think I've definitely murdered that because of his fighting style. So this just opens up a realm of possibilities of how we can actually play through Dynasty, whereas we are not going to be just confined to one side or one faction in particular. You're going to be able to choose what faction you kind of go with. When we are running through the game, though, you are going to have the choice of actually teaming up with certain officers. Now, there are only going to be 9 officers in total that you can actually team up with throughout the course of the game. With Cao Cao's lot, so Wei, we can team up with Zhao Dun, Guo Jia, or Zhang Liao, and this will also change your starting placement on some battles as well. Obviously, they all come with their strengths and weaknesses. When we go into the Wu side of things, we've got Hong Wei, Song Zhang Zhong, or Zhou Yu. Again, it's all coming with different strengths, weaknesses, starting positions, everything like that. And finally, going into the Shu faction, you've got the choice of Guan Yu, Zhongfei, or Zhao Yun. Now, one thing I do want to pick up on, because that is very obvious with the Shu guys here, they look a lot younger than what they usually do. This is because of the set, or the story, the time period where the game is actually set is a little bit sooner rather than most of the other games, so they are actually kind of design the characters with that in mind. Our journey is intertwined with various characters, sometimes forms bonds with them, sometimes it crosses blades with them. Obviously this will all depend on who you are selecting to kind of go into faction with, fight with, play alongside with, all the rest of it. You can start forming up bonds with certain kind of officers that you are playing regularly with and everything like that. So the world map looks very, very interesting. It looks very open world. It looks like you can literally go around and explore cities, you can explore towns, fiefs, you can get into different battles and things like that. I expect there probably will be bandits and things on the open world as well. That hasn't been specifically mentioned, but I can see them bringing that in. But this gives us the chance to actually explore China in its fullest, go around to the different cities and engage in the different battles which are happening. Because the open world is going to be really, really big, though, it is going to be quite a big kind of thing to go across and really travel against. They have put a fast travel to each area as well, but to be honest, if you want to get the full engagement out of the game, you're going to be wanting to travel around and explore and just learn all the different kind of cities and everything like that. I'm sure there will be some juicy bonuses hidden away on that world map as well. Earn accessories by clearing missions, train yourself by engaging in free battles known as skirmishes. So this is how we're going to be leveling up. We're going to be getting different gear, crafting materials for our different gear as well, because apparently that is going to be a really big thing, is you've got to craft up decent gear to obviously see yourself through different battles and everything like that. Different missions in the open world, skirmishes that you can just openly join as well, so you can get all of that kind of stuff from it. By settling battles, the piece of the area increases and you can obtain accessories as well. So the whole world is going to be fluid, dynamic, and it is going to respond to how much stuff you are actually doing in the game. If you leave one area alone for a long time, then that kind of level of peace is going to drop quite significantly. There are going to be more kind of battles and stuff happening in that area. You collect gems that strengthen items, old coins, and enjoy interacting with officers. This is when you go into the different fiefs, the different villages, the towns, the cities, and everything like that. Then you can do all of this kind of stuff. Obviously, with different towns and different cities, there are going to be different officers and different things that you can do, which is where the exploration kind of is going to be really important in this game. So you want to travel around as much as you can. Now, the large-scale battles, I am going to put a bit of footage at the end of this after the slideshow, but the large-scale battles, they are large scale. There are thousands of troops on screen at one time, and the sense of urgency, the sense of dynamic kind of just activity on the screen at once is just, it's mind-blowing. I'm absolutely loving it. This is exactly how we've all pictured Dynasty Warriors in the last few years, just multiple battles happening all over the place. Officers belonging to large forces will have high courage and will coordinate attacks. When enemies are defeated and their fighting strength is reduced, the large force will collapse and the enemy will be greatly weakened. So they are bringing back into kind of that morale system into the game. The world, or the battle maps, are the older kind of maps, so that kind of style. So we're not fighting open world, we're going into actual different instance kind of levels and everything, very similar to the older Dynasty Warriors games. It's important to invade with allied large forces to cut down the enemy's large army as well, because this was said a few times on the stream last night that they have tried to pull away from just your hero being able to go off and slay absolutely everything. Apparently the enemy AI, the enemy soldiers and the enemy officers are going to pose some real threat and real challenge in this game, so you've got to really utilize your own team, your own soldiers, your own officers. You've got to really go out and help each other as well to try and stop getting yourself overwhelmed or anything like that, and to try and stop losing the battle. Let me know your thoughts on what we're seeing though. Are you excited for the game? Is there anything that you wish they would include? Is there anything that you wish they would take out? Let me know down in your comments below. I will get back to each and every single one of you. I am very much looking forward to Dynasty Warriors Origins. I have to say as well, the game is coming out on the 17th of January, which is a lot sooner than previously kind of thought, which is really nice. A little bit of gameplay footage here because this is brand new gameplay footage as well, so you wouldn't have seen this anywhere else. So I'm going to let this run out for a minute or so. I am going to make a specific video just about the gameplay footage, though. I'm going to also be posting out loads and loads of shorts on my YouTube as well, so make sure if you are not already subscribed, please do so. Hit that like button, hit that share button, all that lovely fan-fantastic stuff, and I hope to catch you out on the battlefield.